we were doing linear equations in two variables. Now we are starting another subtopic in it, which is solving linear equations. Here what we need to do is we need to find the values of x and y by solving two equations. We can use any method to solve these equations. The methods namely are substitution method, elimination method, and cross multiplication method. For the time being, in this video I am not covering cross multiplication method. We will be only doing substitution and elimination method. Okay, I will highlight the name of the method when I will be applying that method in any solution. Okay, so just see, question 7 states that we need to solve for x and y, and two equations have been given to us: 3 by x plus 8 by y equal to -1 and 1 by x minus 2 by y equal to 2. So just see, I can assume 1 by x as u and 1 by y as v. So likewise, I will get the above two equations in terms of u and v as 3u plus 8v equal to -1, and another one will be u minus 2v equal to 2. Now I need to solve these two equations. What I am doing is I am using substitution method here. So what is substitution method? In substitution method, we will either find u or v from the first equation, any of the equation actually, I am considering the first equation, and then substitute that value in the second equation, so that ultimately will lead to the solution of any of the variables u and v. So just see, from equation 1, 3u plus 8v equal to -1. So I am finding u here. Okay, so I have made u as the subject from the first equation. Now I will substitute this in the second equation. Substituting the value of u in equation 2. My equation 2 is u minus 2v equal to 2. So when I will substitute the value of u in this, the resultant outcome will be this. Now what I can do is I can take the LCM and find the value of v. So LCM in this case is 3. So what I will be getting here is minus 2v into 3, that is minus 6v. Now it will be cross multiplied. Minus 8v minus 6v will give me minus 14v, and this will give me 6. So then 14v goes to that side. So I am getting minus 14v as, actually 14v as minus 7. So v is coming as minus 7 by 14. That is minus half. Now I will substitute the value of v in the value of u which I had got earlier. So that will lead to the solution of u as well. Substituting value of v in u equal to -1 minus 8v by 3. So -1 minus 8 into -1 by 2 by 3. So -1 minus minus plus, and these both cancel out. So -1 plus 4 by 3. So u is coming as 3 by 3, that is equal to 1. So I had assumed 1 by x equal to u. That naturally means x equal to 1 by u. So u is 1, so it will be 1 by 1, so x equals to 1. I had assumed 1 by y equal to v, so that leads to y equal to 1 by v. This these both interchange. So this is coming as 1 by v is minus 1 by 2. So this 2 goes up, so it is minus 2. Hence x equal to 1 and y equal to minus 2. Okay. Now we are moving to question 8. Question 8 has again two equations. Same we have to solve for x and y. In this case we have x plus y and x minus y in this numerator instead of u and v. So what we will be doing is we will be assuming 1 by x plus y as u and 1 by x minus y as v. So our equations will become 44u plus 30v equal to 10 and 55u plus 40v equal to 13. Now what I am doing here is I am using elimination method in this. Now what is elimination method? Elimination method leads to the multiplication of any of two equations in such a way that either the coefficients of v becomes same and then they are subtracted or added accordingly and then they get eliminated, or either the coefficients of u become same and then they are eliminated when we add or subtract both the equations. So we have to multiply these two equations by any number such that the coefficients of u, coefficient means the number before u or v, become same. So first I have to take a decision that which coefficient is the one which I am going to make same here. So I am making v's coefficients as equal. So this is 30. 31 multiplied by 4 gives me 120 and 41 multiplied by 3 gives me 120. So I will multiply this equation. I am naming this equation as 1 and this as 2. So I am multiplying this equation by 4 and equation 2 by 3. So this gives me 44 into 4. 44 into 4 is 176u plus 30 into 4 is 120v equal to 40. Similarly, I am multiplying this by 3. So this is giving me 165u plus 120v equal to 39. So just see, our v are same. Now we have to eliminate this. So we can't add this, otherwise it will become 240. So we are subtracting it. So entire signs will change. So 176 minus 165. This gives me 11. This is cancelled and this gives me 1. So my u is 1 by 11, which is actually 1 by x plus y. So 1 by x plus y is 1 by 11. That means x plus y is 11. I am considering this equation as equation 3. Okay. Now I will substitute the value of u in any of these two equations and find the value of v. So substituting the value of u in equation 1. So 44u plus 30v equal to 10. So my u is 1 by 11. This remains as it is. So this gets cancelled out and gives me 4. So 30v equal to 10 minus 4. 30v is coming as 6. So v equal to 6 by 30. That is 1 by 5. Now v was assumed as 1 by x minus y. So 1 by x minus y is 1 by 5. which gives me x minus y equal to 5. I am taking this equation as 4. So just see. At the end, I need to find the values of x and y. U and v were the things which I had assumed just to make my problem much more simpler. So x minus y equal to 5 and x plus y equal to 11. So these two equations are the one which will be considered now. So just see, I am writing it. X plus y equal to 11 and x minus y equal to 5. Now I will eliminate again. So elimination method is going to prevail again. Just notice here that the coefficients of y are same. So we don't need to multiply anything here. There's no need to multiply anything. So we can straight away add in this case, because y minus y when added with each other will get cancelled. So this gets cancelled. So 2x equal to 16. So x equals to 8. Substituting the value of x in equation 3. My equation 3 is this. And my equation 4 was this. So equation 3 is x plus y equal to 11, where I already know that x is equals to 8. So 8 plus y equal to 11. So y is equals to 11 minus 8, that is 3. So my final solutions are x is equals to 8 and y equal to 3. This was the elimination method. We will move to question 9 now. Question 9 is again another question where we will use elimination method. Just notice x by a plus y by b equal to a by b, a plus b, and x by a square plus y by b square equal to 2. Unlike the previous sums where the denominators were almost same in the two equations, here the denominators are different. But that doesn't change anything. We can straight away apply cross multiplication. We can straight away apply elimination method here. So what I am doing is, I am just taking a decision that I will make these two same. Now how can I make these two same? When I will multiply this entire thing by b, this will come as y. Similarly, when I will multiply this entire thing by b square, this entire thing will come as y. So they both will be equal in that case. So what I am doing is I am multiplying equation 1 by b and equation 2 by b square. So I am multiplying equation 1 by b and equation 2 by b square. So the resultant outcome will be bx by a plus y equal to b into a plus b. And here I will get b square x by a square plus y equal to 2b square. I can straight away subtract these two. That will lead to the elimination of y. So what I am getting is bx by a minus b square x by a square equal to ab plus b square minus 2b square. Now I need to find the value of x. So what can I do here? I am making x as x common. I am taking x as common from these two. B square minus 2b square is going to minus b square. We can take LCM here. So this is what we are getting. Now we can notice that the numerator is same as this. So we can straight away cancel it out here as well. But for our better understanding, I am showing it as this. We are cancelling this out. So x is equals to a is what we are getting. Okay, actually x is equals to a square. This a square has gone that side. Now what we will do is we will substitute this value of x in any of the given equations. So I am substituting the value of x in equation 1. My equation 1 was x by a plus y by b equal to a plus b. X is a square, so it will come as a square by a plus y by b equal to a plus b. This will get cancelled, so it will result in only a. I can cancel out a on both sides as well. So y by b is equals to b is what I am getting, which will lead to the solution as y equal to b square. So I can write the final solutions as x is equals to a square and y is equals to b square. Just take a notice here that the question may be at first instant very complicated to us, may look very complicated at the very first instant, but just applying the standard procedure may simplify it very much, and then our answers are very much small in this case. That was the solution. Now we are moving to our third subtopic in this chapter, which is problem on different kind of relations and solutions to equations. There is a small theory in this. We need to note that for a unique solution, if the two equations given to us are of the form a1x plus b1y plus c1 equal to 0 and a2x plus b2y plus c2 equal to 0, okay, so the two equations will be of these two forms. What we will do is we will find the values of a1, b1 and c1, and accordingly a2, b2 and c2 from both the equations, and then we will try to establish this relationship. For a unique solution, this relationship, that is a1 by a2 not equals to b1 by b2, will prevail. Likewise, for an infinite number of solutions, a1 by a2 will be equal to b1 by b2, and that will be equal to c1 by c2. For no solution, a1 by a2 will be equal to b1 by b2, and that will not be equal to c1 by c2. And for a non-zero solution, a1 by a2 equal to b1 by b2. Now it is comparably more difficult to understand only by theory. So I will try to explain this by picking up sums of these stature. The first question which I have picked here tells me to find the value of k. Question states that find the value of k for which the following equations have a unique solution. These two are the equations, and obviously one of them has k, which we need to find. So for a unique solution, what should prevail? For a unique solution, a1 by a2 should not be equal to b1 by b2. So we'll compare the above two equations with a1x plus b1y plus c1 equal to 0 and a2x plus b2y plus c2 equal to 0, and find the value of a1, a2, b1, b2. c1, c2 is not required here because it is a sum of unique solution, and then this relation will prevail. That is a1 by a2 not equal to b1 by b2. So we will do this solution. Comparing 2x plus 3y minus 5 equal to 0 by a1x plus b1y plus c1 equal to 0, we get a1 equal to 2, b1 equal to 3 and c1 equal to minus 5. Similarly, comparing kx minus 6y minus 8 equal to 0 with a2x plus b2y plus c2 equal to 0, we get a1 actually a2 equal to k, b2 equal to minus 6 and c2 equal to minus 8. Now for the given equations, to have a unique solution, a1 by a2 should not be equal to b1 by b2. So just substitute the values which you have got. a1 is 2, a2 is k, b1 is 3 and b2 is minus 6. So 2 by k not equals to half. That means k not equals to 4. So that is the solution, that is the value of k. K cannot be equal to 4. And that's the answer. We are moving to question 11. Question 11 again states to find the value of k, and the equations have been given here. And it is a unique solution question, similar to the last one, where a1 by a2 has to be equal to b1 by b2 for a unique solution. Same logic will prevail. You can also do it. Try to follow what I am doing. Same thing, comparing 4x minus 5y minus k equal to 0 with a1x plus b1y plus c1 equal to 0. We get a1 equal to 4, b1 equal to minus 5 and c1 equal to minus k. Again comparing 2x minus 3y minus 12 equal to 0 with a2x plus b2y plus c2 equal to 0. We get a2 equal to 2, b2 equal to minus 3 and c2 equal to minus 2. Now for a unique solution, we must have a1 by a2 not equal to b1 by b2. a1 by a2, that is 4 by 2, not equal to b1 by b2, that is minus 5 by minus 3. So 2 not equal to 5 by 3, that is 6 not equal to 5. This gets cross multiplied and 6 is not equal to 5. Now just see, the difference between this question and the previous question is that we were getting k as one of the values of a1, a2 or b1, b2. So naturally k was coming as not equal to 4. And this was the solution. That is the value of k which we needed to find. But here, when I am applying the same thing, k is nowhere present here. So that means I am just getting this equation 6 not equal to 4, and which is actually true, but this is not resulting in the value of k which I need to find here. So the relationship holds that these two are not equal, which is very good, but the solution will be what? So for Jesse, there is one value of k, that is 4, which is not the solution in the previous sum. Now if this equation holds, then there are all the values of k which can be the solution of this, as because this equation has unique solution, which is already proved when I am getting 6 not equals to 4, which is true. 6 is not equal to 5 actually, which is true. Thus what I will write here is, for all real values of k, the given equation, rather the given system of equations, will have a unique solution. Unlike in the last sum, where all real values instead of 4, other than 4, were giving us a unique solution, here all real values will give us this unique solution. That's the difference. Just note this. We are moving to next question, that is question 12. Show that 2x minus 3y equals to 5 and 6x minus 9y equal to 15 have an infinite number of solutions. So we'll go back to the theory and just see, for infinite number of solutions, what is the condition which I need to meet. For infinite number of solutions, which can again be called as coincident equations, a1 by a2 equal to b1 by b2 equal to c1 by c2. So this relationship should prevail. If this prevails, then I have infinite number of solutions for my given equations. So we will need to find the values of a1, a2, b1, b2, c1, c2. So now we have become very much adaptive to this process. So I can write straight away here, instead of comparing and writing those statements. I am writing straight away here, a1 equal to 2, b1 equal to minus 3, and c1 equal to, this 5 has to come here for that, so minus 5, a2 equals to 6, b1 equal to minus 9, and c2 equal to minus 15. Okay, don't do this straight away, but in order to just save the time and the effort, I am just skipping this statement I have wrote earlier on. So I can just move ahead straight away into my business end of this sum. Have an infinite number of solutions. So for an infinite number of solutions, I need to have a1 by a2 equal to b1 by b2 equal to c1 by c2. Let us check. Here, we will find them individually, okay? a1 by a2 equal to 2 by 6 equal to 1 by 3. b1 by b2 equal to minus 3 by minus 9. That is again giving me 1 by 3. And c1 by c2 equal to minus 5 by minus 15. That is again giving me 1 by 3. So all these three are equal, as a1 by a2 equal to b1 by b2 equal to c1 by c2. The given system of equations has infinite number of solutions. Clear? My next question is question 13. Show that the system of equations 6x plus 5y equal to 11 and 9x plus 15 by 2y equal to 21 has no solutions. Now if we notice, for the theory of no solution, we need to have a1 by a2 equal to b1 by b2 not equal to c1 by c2. Again I am skipping the statements. Do write them in the examination. a1 equal to 6, b1 equal to 5, and c1 equal to minus 11. a2 equal to 9, b2 equal to 15 by 2, and c2 equal to, this 21 comes here, minus 20. So now I will find them individually. A1 by A2 equal to 6 by 9, that is giving me 2 by 3. B1 by B2 equal to 5 by 15 by 2, which will give me 5 into 2 by 15, that is again giving me 2 by 3. And C1 by C2 equal to minus 11 by minus 21, that is giving me 11 by 20. As just notice here, A1 by A2 is equal to B1 by B2, 2 by 3 and 2 by 3, but this is not equal to C1 by C2 as it is 11 by 20, which satisfies the theory of no solution. So the given system of equations has no solution. Clear? We will move to question 14. For what values of k the system of equations kx plus 2y equal to 5 and 3x minus 4y equal to 10 has, part 1 states, a unique solution, and part 2 is no solution. Try to recall, for a unique solution, what is the condition which I need to meet? Go back to the theory and just clarify. For a unique solution, A1 by A2 should not be equal to B1 by B2. So I will just start the solution here. Comparing kx plus 2y minus 5 equal to 0 with a1x plus b1y plus c1 equal to 0, we get a1 equal to 5, sorry, a1 equal to k, b1 equal to 2 and c1 equal to minus 1. Again, comparing (3x minus 4y minus 10 equal to 0) with a2x plus b2y plus c2 equal to 0, we get a2 equal to 3, b2 equal to minus 4 and c2 equal to minus 10. For a unique solution, a1 by a2 not equal to b1 by b2. Hence, 2 by, okay, a1 is k by 3 not equal to 2 by minus 4. So k not equal to 2 by minus 4 into 3. K not equal to minus 3 by 2. So we'll write a statement here. For all real values, it will give us a unique solution other than minus 3 by 2. So we'll just write that in statement. Thus, for all real values of k other than minus 3 by 2, the given system of equations has a unique solution. This is the solution of part 1. This is the common part, and here is the beginning of our part 1. Now we will start our part 2. Our part 2 is no solution. The previous sum had the case of no solution. So for no solution, we need to have a1 by a2 equal to b1 by b2, not equal to c1 by c2. So we'll check this. a1 by a2 equal to same thing, k by 3. We are finding them individually, okay? b1 by b2 equal to 2 by minus 4, that is minus half, and c1 by c2 equal to minus 5 by minus 10, that is half. For no solution, we must have, what should we have? Try to recall. a1 by a2 equal to b1 by b2, but this should not be equal to c1 by c2, which means k by 3 equal to minus 1 by 2, not equal to half. So we need to find the value of k here. So we will equate k by 3 with minus half first, and then we will also do k by 3 not equal to half. So just see, k by 3 equal to minus half, we will do this, and we will also do k by 3 not equal to half. Clear? Taking these two first and then these two. So k comes as minus 3 by 2 here, and k should not be equal to 3 by 2 here. Hence, the required value is k equal to minus 3 by 2. Clear? Obviously 3 by 2 should not be the solution of this, and what we are trying to establish here is the value of k which will give me a solution. So we need to find the value of k. So k is minus 3 by 2. If question would have stated what should not be the value of k, then this would have been the solution, but question is asking us to find the value of k, so k's value is minus 3 by 2. Okay, there is one basic difference here. If this was not there and this was the solution which I had got, just ignore minus 3 by 2. Then similar to the previous cases, k should not be equal to 3 by 2, which means for all real values it would have a no solution other than 3 by 2. But here we have a specific real value for which it has a solution, so that real value should be a solution. I can explain it in much more simpler way. If we need to find the solution of k, where we are getting two values where one value is equal to k and one value is not equal to k, then always prefer the value which is equal to k, as because the question states us to find the value of k. So this is the solution which we will get. Okay. We will move to question 15. Question 15 states that find the values of a and b for which each of the following system of linear equations has an infinite number of solutions, and the equation given here are 2a minus 1 into x plus 3y equal to 5, 3x plus b minus 1 into y equal to 2. These two are the equations which are given to us. Now the question states that it has infinite number of solutions. Recall the theory which we had written. For infinite number of solutions, we should have a1 by a2 equal to b1 by b2 equal to c1 by c2. So that should prevail. So what I will do is find the values of a1, a2, b1, b2, c1, c2 from this. a1 equal to 2a minus 1, b1 equal to 3, and c1 equal to minus 5. a2 equal to 3, b2 equal to b minus 1, and c2 equal to 2. For infinite number of solutions, we must have a1 by a2 equal to b1 by b2 equal to c1 by c2, which means 2a minus 1 by 3 should be equal to 3 by b minus 1, and that should also be equal to minus 5 by 2. Acha, this is 2. When this will come here, it will give us minus 2. So C2 is minus 2. Okay, just correct it. So now we need to find the values of A and B. So if we will equate this two, then we won't get our solution. Instead, we will get an equation in terms of A and B. So to make our job much more simpler, as these three are equal, we can straight away equate this with the third one, that is this two will be equal, and we'll get the value of A. Similarly, we will equate these two and get the value of B. So don't equate these two, rather equate the things which I have said just now. 2a minus 1 by 3 equal to minus 5 by 2, which means 2 into 2a minus 1 equal to 15. 4a minus 2 equal to 15. 4a equal to 17. A equal to 17 by 4. Three by b minus 1 equal to minus 5 by minus 2. 6 equal to 5 into b minus 1. 6 equal to 5b minus 5. 6 plus 5 equal to 5b. 5b equal to 11. b equal to 11 by 5. So my solutions are a equal to 17 by 4 and b equal to 11 by 5. Hope this is clear. Now we will move to question 16, which is a similar kind of a sum, so I will expect you to give me the answer and solve the solution on your own. Find A and B for which given system of equations has an infinite number of solutions. The equations are 2x plus 3y equal to 7 and 2ax plus a plus b dot y equal to 20. Solve this on your own. I am just providing you with the solution. The answer is a equal to 4 and b equal to 8. We will move to question 17. Question 17 states, find the value of k for which the system of equations 5x minus 3y equal to 0 and 2x plus ky equal to 0 has a non-zero solution. Again, recall the theory. In theory, for a non-zero solution, we needed to have a1 by a2 equal to b1 by b2. So this relationship should hold. So let's check it. We need to find the value of k, and it is already given that it has a non-zero solution. So a1 by a2 should be equal to b1 by b2. Same thing. a1 equal to 5, b1 equal to minus 3, c1 equal to 0, a2 equal to 2, b2 equal to k. Actually, b2 is not here. Is it so? Okay, the equation should be ky. b2 equal to k and c2 equal to 0. These values of c1 and c2 are hardly matters, as because for a non-zero solution a1 by a2 should be equal to b1 by b2. So c1 and c2 hardly matters. For a non-zero solution, we must have what we must have a1 by a2 not equal to b1 by b2. Actually, a1 by a2 equal to b1 by b2. This gives us 5 by 2 equal to minus 3 by k. So k equal to 5 by minus 6. Wait, I have done a mistake here. K equal to minus 3 into 2 by 5. That is minus 6 by 5. Apologies for the mistake. Hope this question is clear. We will move to question 18 now. Now these questions are very important. Till now we have done the questions where the question states us to find the values of k, or either prove that this has unique solution or non-zero solution or similar kind of solutions. But now the questions will be a bit different. The logic will remain the same. Just write the number of solutions of the following pair of linear equations. X plus 2y minus 8 equal to 0 and 2x plus 4y equal to 16. So now we have to check that which relationship actually holds true, and based on that we will compare with the respective unique solution or non-zero solution or any other solution which we will get. So a1 equal to 1, b1 equal to 2 and c1 equal to minus 8. Similarly, a2 equal to 2, b2 equal to 4 and c2 equal to minus 16. This 16 has to come here. Okay. Acha, I am not writing the statements. I am just writing it straight away. Don't do like this in the examination. Always write comparing this with a1 x plus b1 y plus c2 equal to c1 equal to 0, and then accordingly the things which I have shown previously. Just in order to do the sum at a pace, I am doing this. Now I will check which relationship holds here. So I will find a1 by a2, that is half. I will find b1 by b2 all individually, okay, that is again half. And I will find c1 by c2, that is minus 8 by minus 16, that is again half. Hence I am getting a1 by a2 equal to b1 by b2 equal to c1 by c2 equal to half, right? So for what kind of a solution I was getting a1 by a2 equal to b1 by b2 equal to c1 by c2? Just check with the theory. a1 by a2 equal to b1 by b2 equal to c1 by c2 is for infinite number of solutions. So the answer to this question is the pair of linear equations has infinite number of solutions. Clear? We will move to question 20. Question 19 will be your homework. Just copy the question, pause the video and copy the question. We are moving to question 20. Write the number of solutions of the following pair of linear equations: x plus 3y equal to 4 and 2x plus 6y minus 7 equal to 0. So we'll find the values of a1, a2, b1, b2, c1, c2. So a1 equals to 1, b1 equal to 3, and c1 equal to this 4 comes here, so minus 4. a2 equal to 2, b2 equal to 6, and c2 equal to minus 7. Okay. Now we will find the values of a1 by a2, b1 by b2, and c1 by c2 all individually. So this is coming as half, this is coming as 3 by 6, that is again half. This is coming as minus 4 by minus 7, that is 4 by 7. So I can note here that a1 by a2 equal to b1 by b2, but this is not equal to c1 by c2, because half is equal to half, but that is not equal to 4 by 7. Clear? So in what kind of a solution this was what I was getting? Go back to the theory. Just focus here. a1 by a2 equal to b1 by b2 not equal to c1 by c2. This is for no solution. So given system of equations will have no solution. So I will write that. Thus the pair of the given linear equation has no solution. That's it for today. This theory was discussed, very important. If you want to take a screenshot, then take a screenshot, copy this. This will be very important. Thank you for today.